And some of us have become so committed to being accepted that we started policing each other. Now we become the microphone. Weave looks more polished. Their hairstyle looks messy. That's why people don't take us seriously. She talks too loud. He sounds ignorant. That's ghetto. That's ratchet. But pause, my love. Who taught us those things were automatically negative in the first place? And that's the smoke signal.
Breathe the smoke signal, ignite the flame, stand tall and let your spirit claim the victory, the freedom, the reign over my life. I choose to remain.
Hey, come on in. Welcome to Smoke Signals, where we don't just watch the fire, we heed the warning. And today's smoke signal, a lot of what we call personal preference, professionalism, standards, even success, is actually conditioning we inherited without questioning who benefited from it. And before anybody gets defensive in the comments, this is not about hating white people. This is about recognizing what happens when one group's image, features, culture, language, religion, beauty, and worldview are pushed as the default for what is considered good, safe, intelligent, or acceptable. Because when that happens long enough, everybody else starts subconsciously grading themselves against it. And that changes people. My love, can we be honest? Some of y'all can immediately recognize good hair before you recognize peace. Some people hear a Black name on a resume and already assume less professionalism. Some people trust information more when it's spoken in a certain tone, with a certain accent, with a certain aesthetic. Some Black people still subconsciously associate lighter with softer, straighter with prettier, quieter with safer, more articulate with more intelligent. And the wild part, a lot of us don't even realize we're doing it. I've been guilty. Because if you're raised inside a system long enough, it stops feeling like conditioning and starts feeling like common sense. And that's how deep this goes, my love. Let's go deeper. How many Black people learned, don't wear your hair like that at work? Don't speak too passionately. Don't be too Black. Don't be too urban. Don't make people uncomfortable. Smile more. Soften your tone. Shrink your reactions. Code switch. Blend in. Perform safety. Meanwhile, the people rewarding the assimilation get to call it professionalism instead of what it actually is, deception. And some of us have become so committed to being accepted that we started policing each other. Now we become the microphone. Weave looks more polished. Their hairstyle looks messy. That's why people don't take us seriously. She talks too loud. He sounds ignorant. That's ghetto. That's ratchet. But pause, my love. Who taught us those things were automatically negative in the first place? And that's the smoke signal. And this is the part where people really don't want to discuss. A system does not have to physically change people forever. If it successfully trains them to monitor, correct, and diminish each other. That's when the control becomes internal. Now people are terrified to be themselves fully. Terrified to look too Black. Terrified to speak freely. Terrified to wear certain things. Terrified to embrace natural features. Terrified to question institutions. Terrified to step outside of accepted norms because rejection feels dangerous. And historically, for us, sometimes it was dangerous. So I understand where it came from. But survival strategies cannot become permanent identities, my love. At some point, you have to ask, is this actually my belief? Or is this something I learned would keep me safe? Because look at the patterns. Why do some people automatically associate luxury with whiteness? Why do some people think Black neighborhoods can't be peaceful, soft, clean, or elegant? Why are Black creators often considered aggressive for the same confidence other groups are praised for? Why do some people instinctively defend institutions before defending each other? Why are some people more disturbed about Black pride than they are about anti-Blackness itself? Why do some of us feel valuable when validated by spaces that historically excluded us? These aren't random thoughts, my love. These are learned perceptions. And if nobody pauses long enough to examine them, we're going to continue unconsciously participating in our own psychological suppression. Fire lit. But here's the good news. Once you see the conditioning, you can stop worshiping it. You can start choosing intentionally. You can ask, do I genuinely dislike this? Or was I trained to associate it with inferiority? And that's intentional. Do I actually believe this standard, or does this standard simply reward proximity to power? Do I really think this way, or have I repeated this narrative so long it started sounding like my own voice? Because healing isn't just self-love. Healing is recovering the ability to define yourself outside of systems that benefited from your insecurity. And maybe that's why people get uncomfortable when conversations like this happen. Because once people start questioning the ruler loses power. That's the fire I'm speaking of. Now I want to ask you, what's one belief, reaction, or standard you had to unlearn once you realized where it came from? Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. And remember, Melanique is on the way to celebrate the Black woman. Peace.
Stand tall and let your spirit